Hey guys, Six here, gonna be giving you a 1v1 on Lost Temple between the blue Terran YoonYJ against the red Protoss EGIncontrol from the Genius's clan, obviously. So this will be on Lost Temple in the close air positions. So look to see something to do with close air in the last couple of games from Yoon. We have seen some very aggressive Banshee cloak tactics. Let's see if this is going to work on EGIncontrol, obviously a very famous player already. So as you can probably tell from who's playing, this game was taken from the North American servers. You can find this replay within a replay pack released by YoonYJ on the sc2c.com. That's C as in S-E-A, as in I swim in the sea, not the letter C. So yeah, this game is just going to be getting underway. Very usual things happening right now. Scouting probe coming out for InControl. And today is actually Friday the 7th, so it is one day before the Dogsy number 5 tournament, which will be taking place tomorrow. If you live in Sydney or the eastern border of Australia, I would suggest that you come on Battle.net at 8 o'clock or even better at 7 o'clock, even if you are not playing but just want to be there to stand in case we do get some no-shows. There are always plenty of no-shows who register, but you know, stuff comes up. Life does not stop for StarCraft. So obviously you could be one of these people who are just available to stand in for anyone who is absent from the tournament. And we do have a gateway going down. Refinery has gone down, so we aren't going to see any early 2 racks aggression from Yoon. Really nothing is very surprising at the moment. Yoon setting out his worker a little bit late to scout. Actually bumped into InControl's worker, so he might think that InControl, that there was a good chance of him spawning here. He will be taking the long way around to scout, and so he will find InControl lastly. And InControl's probe just going to be wandering around inside Yoon's base for a while. Gateway has just finished, should be getting down that cybernetics core very soon. Orbital Command also starting. And I do like the positions of these supply depots. They will help greatly in case of any sort of early zealot rush, just because you can run your probes back behind here and just lift up the supply depots to have that extra wall for your marines. And we do have a gas steal here from InControl. This will not completely deny Banshee play, but it will kind of delay it a little bit. It'll push it. It's not really going to delay the starport at all. As you can see, Yoon's easily going to get that 100 gas. But you know, I think it will take a small hit on Yoon's timings. Usually when he goes to a Banshee build, he'll get his Banshee and Cloak right at the same time. I do believe that this will have an effect on just the amount of gas that he will have at the point where the starport is connected to the tech lab. And yeah, not really much going on from the Protoss side. He's just saving up some resources at the moment, getting down that warp gate technology. And yeah, so like I was saying, this simulator really isn't for scouting. It's kind of more for delaying a little bit, and we do have a tech lab and starport gone down immediately. This simulator has gone down, refinery immediately being put up, and on the InControl side we do see a Stargate. So anticipating and preparing for the worst, which on this map in these positions would be a close Banshee. The worst case scenario being that you are unprepared for it, but it does look like EGIncontrol will not be caught with his pants down today. He should be ready to pump out either some Void Rays or Phoenix. Just because both are very good at taking down Banshees. The Phoenixes are much better at taking down the Banshees, actually, just because they are so quick and they are able to fire while moving. They do, I think, 2 damage. I don't know, I'll check the damages later. But yeah, first Phoenix being started now. And here on Yoon's side, we do see the Banshee coming out. No signs of cloaking at the moment, and you can see he cannot really afford it just quite yet. He does need to wait for that 200 gas if he does choose to go for the cloak Banshees, and we do have a command center down. However, if Yoon goes in with these Banshees and he does choose to research Cloak, as it does look like he's about to throw it down, as there are no more barracks or tech labs going down, or any sort of research. Actually, he really needs to spend his gas. Oh, there we go. There's a cloaking field. If he goes in with Cloak Banshees and spots the Phoenix, then this could be a very, very bad investment for him. Just because with that Cloak, it's not really going to play much of a factor. It'll assist greatly, but these Phoenixes are going to be able to pick off the Banshees regardless. They are going to be able to counter-harass into Yoon's mineral line, and just some nice pylon placement up here for InControl, able to spot this first Banshee possibly. If we go to InControl's vision, just stop bouncing around. Let's just see. I might have seen that Banshee glance by. I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's already snuck down to the mineral line. But these three Phoenixes are immediately going to clean that up. The Banshee only takes down one probe, so immediately I would, yep, the cloaking does get cancelled, and the tech lab does become more passive engineering bay, immediately going down. Oh, critical mistake here. All the Phoenixes are lifting up SCVs instead of one at a time. EGIncontrol could have taken down at least 2 SCVs right there, but critical just getting really excited with his Phoenixes, choosing to Graviton Beam all 3 of them instead of one at a time. Robotics facility is being thrown down, and an expansion for Yoon is just about to be underway as the old command is just being morphed in right now. Engineering bay has finished, so should be erecting some turrets very, very soon. The Marines scrambling around to weld away these Phoenixes. And InControl just very content to match the Yoon's base. Gonna start his own Nexus, but he's a little bit behind as Yoon's command center is already up and running. Just need to get that a little bit saturated. Phoenix is just starting to corner. Robotics facility has just finished, so what kind of tech are we going to see? We're going to see an observer first of all. He needs to keep that clear of the mineral lines. I'm sure InControl would have already assumed that Yoon will be covering his mineral lines with turrets. And here we have a curious play. Going to be adding on more barracks. Going to put our reactor on the factory. We'll probably see those two switch out very, very soon, as Marines are very good against the Phoenixes, just because they do not have much hit points and shields, only totaling about 180. And yeah, just Marines in mass numbers are able to take them down very, very quickly, as those Phoenixes require the Graviton Beam in order to be able to take down a single unit, just like that, and like that, play this turret. This is so annoying when the Phoenixes are just so quick, they can just dart in. However, Yu does have a couple of Vikings. He needs to switch out the starport with this reactor possibly, just to get his air dominance up, get these Viking count up. Marines coming in to support as this turret goes up, losing a couple of the Phoenixes there. Not a good play by InControl. He needs to abuse the maneuverability of these Phoenixes, keep out of the range of the Vikings. If there's an equivalent to Speedlings, the Phoenixes would kind of be the Speedlings of the air. They kind of give you map control because they're so quick. You can always cut off any reinforcements. You can always retreat, but your enemy can never retreat in an air-on-air battle against Phoenixes, just because they can move and shoot. Robotics Bay has gone down. No signs of extended thermal lance, electing to start up that initial Colossus instead. Going to be poking back into the mineral line, just out of range of that missile turret. However, the Vikings almost being able to pick off one Phoenix. This observer going to be going right into the choke point of Yoon, just to spot any workers coming in or out, any army coming in or out. And we do have a singular SCV being set to scout this front. However, I would not like to be that worker. He is going to be met with a laser bolt to the face. Instead, just going to be taking this tower. Very wise choice right there. Not only for Yoon, but for that worker as well. Just getting the extended thermal lands up now, and a second Colossus, I believe. No, it's still the first Colossus. Spending his chrono boost very well on the control side. Both of these Nexi are very low on energy. Not just having enough for one chrono boost now, and immediately using it. So he's very on top of that energy boost. And Yoon right now just electing to throw to take down his the gold expansion rocks, getting a ton of infantry upgrades, as you can see here on this production tab. That's combat shield. Stim pack is just about done. Getting a Raven and another Raven, so looks like he will be going to pick up that observer. I'm good at English. And Phoenix is over Graviton beaming. He picked up too many units and did not have enough Phoenixes to pick off the lifted units, if that makes any sense. And you know, InControl has done a really, really fantastic job at just keeping all of these Phoenixes alive, just getting his concussive shells now on Yoon's side of things. He's just been really good about keeping these 4 Phoenixes alive, keeping the threat alive. They may not be like commanders or anything, they may not have a lot of kills, but they have been successful in containing Yoon just with the threat of harassing any stray workers, picking up any reinforcing units if Yoon does try any sort of aggressive push. So it does look like that Yoon will have to mass some sort of death ball and just mass up, upgrade up, and push out at a later time. Just going to be getting a lot of medevacs right now. These tech labs, not sure if they are going to be used for anything right now as the Banshee harassing goes. I'm not sure why he got the second tech lab. I mean, he's only built 2 Ravens. He's not really using them at the moment. And we do have the 3rd command center almost done. Phoenix is being bolstered a little bit. He's got another Phoenix there. And it does look like Yoon is going to be able to pick off this one pylon on the outside. InControl's force is happy to let that fall, just going to be letting Phoenix duck around the backside now that he knows where Yoon's army is. They will just scoot past all these Vikings. He needs to stay clear of that army. This probe is going to probably die. Oh no, get away as these Phoenixes do take out 1 Viking. Nice pickup right there. Need to skirt away. You've got the guaranteed damage. No need to get greedy. Good pylon placement here, just in case you need to reinforce. Or if you need to retreat, they can always act as decoys. Armory going down as well. Looks like he is going to be getting some upgrades. Where's that armory? There's the armory. It looks like he's going to be getting some upgrades for his aircraft, possibly, or the infantry level 2 upgrades. The 3rd base just landing right now for Yoon. And we do have a Nexus for InControl as well, so matching base for base currently. These Phoenix is so good at containing by harass, but also by scouting. And it does look like a little proxy pylon is going to be set up here. Not really in a placement spot for drops, but more for swarming in, or if Yoon overextends to attack on this southern side, InControl side of the map. Going forward behind it and just punish a little bit of an engagement right here. Not a bad positioning for InControl. Yoon really needs to get more Vikings, really. Or some siege tanks. All his infantry are not going to be doing well against this amount of Colossus. Phoenix is managing to pick up all the Vikings and the medevacs, and it does not look very good for Yoon. Only has a few Marauders left. They did not stim and snipe out the Colossi. InControl's Colossi numbers just too large at the moment. He does have 4, and it does really not look too good for Yoon. All the Phoenixes going in, going to get off an early scout, see what's ahead. All that Yoon can field at the moment are just a few stray infantry units and a Viking. Looks like they will be going straight to the heart at this natural expansion. Going to be picking up all these workers, not even running his workers at the moment. No signs of a sentry, so there will not be any force field to block it. However, these Colossi and the Phoenix actually give high ground sight to the rest of the units. Looks like he's going to be cleaning up the rest of Yoon's army, and that will be game. I do not see any way that Yoon can pull this out, so he does call the GG. Very cool game right there. Zealot charge is almost finished as well. Just to note, so these Zealots were certainly cleaned up. Yeah, InControl just